Welcome to Northwest Aerospace News Live. I am Jennifer Ferrero, a writer for the publication and your host. In today's episode, we are talking with Andy LeFriec of Novation, Inc. He is the president of the surface finishing company in Spokane Valley, and we are going to learn more about his business, customers, and what he does for fun. Let's welcome today's guest, Andy LeFriec. Welcome, Andy.
Hi, Jennifer. How are you?
Doing well. Andy, thank you so much for coming on the show. We look forward to learning more about your business and how it impacts the greater aerospace community. Please share with us something really impressive about your business. What makes you proud?
Oh, man. Our people. Watching people grow, their careers, the opportunities that the company's given them. That makes me most proud. The fact that we grew from a garage operation to the largest finishing facility between Seattle and Minneapolis, and just the amount of customers we're able to serve, and the amount of people we're able to help, both our customers and our employees.
Great. And as a follow-up to that, how many employees do you have currently?
I think we're at about 85 right now. Max we've had, I think was 2019, about 93. And a leaner, fitter operation post pandemic that's got about 85 employees currently. We run 24/7. Yeah.
Wonderful. Now, please tell us how the business was started and when you came on board to run the business, and also share with us your service offerings and how they were developed.
So my dad started the business 33 years ago. And he was working in the electronics industry, building dot matrix printers here in Spokane. He needed to go to Portland to get quality finishing work, and just decided he was going to buy the book and figure it out. So he literally started his own operation, building cranes in his garage, and then built the building. And many additions later, even a second facility later, here we are. So credit to him. He's a mechanical engineer that's brilliant, smart, and I could have never built what he built. But we've been a really good team. I came on 13, 14 years ago, and I'm more of a business-minded person. And so I was able to take something that he built and grow it, along with the help of my little brother, Spencer, and the help of a lot of other people along the way. But we're a good team in that regard.
Boy, you have to love that can-do innovation that your dad took the bull by the horns and came up with a new business
So cool.
model.
Took some guts. And I'm forever appreciative and impressed by his ability to do that.
Well, I see that you have Boeing listed on the website. And what are some of the aircraft parts that you make, and where would we see them on the aircraft? And who are some of your other customers?
Sure. So, I mean, the funny thing about Novation is we don't actually make anything, right? Like, we're a service industry. We're as much of a hospital or a UPS as we are a manufacturing company, despite existing in this manufacturing world. But some of the parts you might see, from upright seat tray tables, parts on the Falcon 9 rockets for SpaceX, Kodiak aircraft, through Dare. And then a lot of our parts, it's interesting because they're the widget to a widget to, we're so far down on the chain that sometimes we don't even know what they're going to.
So what would you say is one of the smallest parts that you make or finish, and one of the largest parts?
So, I mean, the smallest parts, tiny, smaller than a pinhead, right? Largest parts are probably the size of a microwave, maybe a little, we do some paint and powder coat stuff, car sized. But most of our tanks are, 500 to 900 gallons. So most of the stuff that we do is smaller, very precision machine stuff.
So as a follow-up, then you must be partnering with a lot of other aerospace companies in the region then to get the parts from them, and then you'll finish those. Is that how that
Exactly.
works? Okay.
Yep, and we've been really, really lucky to have so many good customers in that regard.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, what's one of the most successful customer relationships that you've had, and why?
Well, yeah, I mean, again, we've had plenty of of really good ones. McKay Manufacturing, Altec, Acrofab, and so many others. And really, it comes down to relationships with communication, and I think an appreciation for what people do. I mean, I think our customers really appreciate our ability to provide them not only quality parts, but to communicate for them, to bend over backwards, to make sure that they're well taken care of.
Mhm. Now, as a follow-up to that, can you tell me a little bit about your quality assurance process?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that starts with the certifications and things that go through it, but then there's a component of it which I like to see as leadership training, where people are truly invested in the company and their own well-being. At the end of the day, you can have all the policies you want and procedures, but the people who are running the parts and how much they care, that really determines the quality of your product.
And I understand that you have about 35,000 square feet for your facility. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay. And do you think that that's enough space for you right now, or do you see expanding even further in the future?
I can see us expanding. We've got multiple construction projects in the works, and then always ideas of going outside of our current site, whether that's through an acquisition or through new locations. We're always looking to grow.
Okay. And one thing I didn't hear from you is a little bit more about your services. Specifically, I know you do the surface finishing, and I know that can take a lot of forms, but how do you break that down when you're talking with your customers?
Well, it really comes down to their needs. I mean, we're not necessarily finding a new process out there and putting it in and hoping that they come. It's more of a request and customer driven thing. I mean, if our customers need a process, we'll go about finding a way to learn how to do it and put that in to be of service to them. So the processes that we do are often based around the manufacturing needs that are here. I mean, we don't do a whole lot of, say, automotive or heavy equipment. I mean, a lot of what we do around here is telecommunications, aerospace, agriculture. That's just the way that the industries have grown up around here. And then going forward, I can see the biotech industry in the Spokane area here really starting to expand.
There is a lot of talk about that, it does seem like, but what I'm hearing from you is that because we have aerospace and agriculture around here, that might be where you're getting some of your customers from.
Yeah, I mean, and aerospace is such a great industry to be in to kick off all those other advanced manufacturing industries, because the certifications in aerospace are kind of top level, right? So the other industries can use aerospace as a way to design their quality systems and vet your company.
Well, now something on the fun side here. I see that you're a part of Bloomsday as an elite trainer. Tell us about your role and why you're involved.
Yeah, so I mean, running's always been a passion of mine. I enjoy the sport, and got the opportunity to get involved with Bloomsday as the elite athlete coordinator, and joined their board of directors as the treasurer. But my job is to deal with agents across the world to bring in the world's best runners to Spokane. Bloomsday is our spring kickoff, and winter in Spokane is long and hard, right? So May 1st, or the first Sunday of May each year, we we run the streets of Spokane and bring the world's best runners in. So assembling that field and is my job for Bloomsday. And then I, take those runners, host them, and then get to kind of sit back and watch them all compete.
That's a lot of fun. It's sort of like running a business, right?
It is like a second business. Yes. Bloomsday's an all volunteer thing, but at the end of the day, it's a business too. So that's exactly what it's like.
Well, what is one of the biggest things that you do to market your business?
Most of our marketing is through word of mouth. So the best thing that we can do, in my opinion, is support our customers. The Inland Northwest Aerospace Consortium is one of the ways that we do that, which is just taking our customers and making sure that they feel supported and that all their needs are taken care of. When their business grows, our business grows. And so instead of marketing the business and bringing in business from the outside, we kind of try to do that from the inside with our current customers. And then also just being a better version of ourselves. That, when people come and they have a positive experience, things go, word of mouth goes, and our business grows. So our marketing is really more just about the products that we send out, the service that we provide, the communication we provide, and less about more traditional forms of marketing.
That's interesting, because I've always heard that it's much easier to keep current customers happy than it is to recruit new customers and bring them on board.
Fair enough.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Andy, thanks so much for coming on the show today.
Oh, thank you so much. I apologize a little bit for my audio here. My 10-year-old somehow finds a way to bring home all the illnesses from school. But that's just part of being a dad, right?
It happens. Absolutely. Yep. Thank you.
Jennifer, thank you.
Well, if you're interested in learning more about Andy's company, go to novationinc.net. And until next time, keep on engaging with the manufacturing and aerospace you need to know in the Northwest with Northwest Aerospace News Magazine. Goodbye.